Hello, Vicky, Retro Queen Bee Art. Let's be busy in art. That's what I say, right? I am welcoming everyone to my channel. Let me test my microphone. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see what we got here. Test, test, test. Microphone. Test, test, test. Looks like it's working. And I will put up the comments. There we go. So please make comments as you watch. Announcements. Next live show will be Tuesday at 6 p.m. And I will be making more flower tea bags. And I'm working on roses for sure, yellow roses. And another type of flower. We'll see. I'm hoping to do 2 flowers per live show because I want to get the list that I have for my viewers. I have quite a list. It's gladiolus, lilies, peonies, iris, fruit tree flowers, sunflowers, yellow roses, and Gerber daisies. So I may try the yellow roses and Gerber daisies next go around into a tea flower. And then maybe we'll be able to make a card or a tag like card for our junk journals with the flower pieces. That's going to be my goal this time around. We'll see how far I get with 1 or 2 flowers because, you know, I've got to try them out and make sure they work, and they're new to me. I haven't made them before. I had to fix my bangs. My hair's getting a little bit long again. That means it's almost time for a haircut. Anyway, also, I wanted to talk about my trip to Cars, if I can say it right, Carson, Washington. It's on the Columbia River, the gorge, Columbia River Gorge, which is the river that is between Oregon and Washington. One of the things I did on my trip was I went to the Pendleton store, and it is a huge factory, and they do have factory tours. However, I did not know that we had to sign up in advance for a tour so they would have enough people or, you know, plan on it. So hopefully if I ever go again, which I hope so. I love this little area of Washington. It's wonderful. I'll be able to have a tour of their factory because that's where their factory is and their store. So I want to show you some things that I got. The first thing I got was a Pendleton mug, and I have my tea in here. Very nice mug. The other thing I got was a Pendleton key chain, so I won't lose these keys. I just felt like this here was like too little. So I really am enjoying this key ring. I also got a towel. This is a Pendleton. It's very soft. This is a beach towel. So it's kind of a beach towel blanket. So when I go to the beach, which I do a lot during the summer, I now have a beach towel, and I can carry it with this strap, or my husband, or my friend, or whoever, because I also need a chair to carry down to the beach. Sometimes I get help. But it's a really, oh, here, I should show, it's like really thick, and see this? It's just really, really thick and soft. Pendleton towel washes up. I'm really excited to use it, and I think it's very pretty, the designs. They use the Native American designs. They studied the artists that do design for Pendleton. They studied these Indian signs from way back, and Yeah, I'm really excited because I go to the beach quite a bit during the summer. And they also had remnants. Now, I bought this big old bag. I'm going to show you back. Look at that. Oh! I bought this big old bag full of remnants. It was $7, but it's huge. And I'm going to use some of it today. And they had a brown one that I really liked too that had this brown and kind of goldish through it, but that's the only color it had. So I thought with this, if I didn't like the coloring, I could always spray paint it or paint it. But this is like, I don't know, I'll have to put this under my table because it is so huge. I don't know where to place this big thing, and I couldn't get two of them. So I am going to open this up and show you. We're going to play with this today. And this has white and gray, but you know, I could make it black or white. You know, I can always paint it, the fabric, if I need to. Hopefully I can get this. Oh, that's really, there, see, I'm so excited. Yeah, the Pendleton factory, I think you could only get these remnants at the factory. I'm already got something on me. I just put this clean apron on yesterday. I didn't notice. So, yeah, look, these are just remnants, and they're just big strings. And I thought, oh, they'd be perfect for tags or borders. And I can paint them any color. That's what I was thinking. And I had a little more, so I have some red. So I have a little more, oh, and look at this. This is a big one. This is a bigger one. I could paint this brown too. So I thought getting this one, I'd have a little more variety. Here is another red one, little tinier one. Gosh, you know, we can just, you know what would be cool is to braid with these for the tag flip-floppies that you hold on to on the top of your tag or card. So there's more gray and white, but I thought I could still paint it. Now here's a little more black with the gray. So these are just remnants from the, I think that's all we probably need today. If I think we need more, I mean, I have tons of this. Look at all this. I think I need to put some of that in Happy Mail. What do you think, Jersey? Next time, I'm going to make sure I get your right address. Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to move my... So that's about it with the Pendleton factory. Let me think. Did I get something? Oh, I did get one more thing. I got these cards. And of course we like playing cards with our art. And so these are the national parks in Washington State. And they're cards of the national parks. And I thought I can use these also in my art. Here's a buffalo. Here is another park. So they're just parks. Kings Canyon Park. Looks like it has a deer there. And here's a national... Oh, I thought they were just... Oh, I'm wrong. This is Florida Keys. I am sorry. These are national parks all over the United States. There's a turtle. I love that one. I love turtles. Let me see. Illustrated National Parks. I thought they were just for Washington State, but they are national. I should have read that, right? National. I don't care because they're beautiful. Um, Mammoth Cave. They're going to be really cool to put in art projects. So I'm excited to use these. So that's just some of them. I mean, there's, a full deck of all the national parks. So that's going to be fun to use. So I got that from Pendleton. I think Theodore Roosevelt, who started our national parks, he was a great man to be able to do that. Okay, well, I think maybe what I'm going to, well, what should I start out with? Now I'm kind of wanting to braid. If I braid this, I'm going to, let me see. I may need I think I have a tool that I can braid this with. I'm going to send it to the art table. And let's see, I got to push this. Let's see, art table. And I've got it turned the right way. I figured it out last night. Oh, I'm feeling really, really good. My back still hurts. Let's see, where are we? This is, oh, you know what? I still have, this is left and this is right. Oh, crap. All right, I'm going to put this camera down a little bit and kind of twist it around here. I'm going to try to revert this again. You can kind of see me there. Let's see here. I'm going to do this. And if I come down all the way down here, it says rotate. And so I am going to just rotate this around again. And it's still coming out opposite hands. Let's see, use manual focus. I have no idea. How about a mirror? Let's do a mirror and a rotate. Oh, there we go, because I figured mirror, right, would be, I figured it out. Okay. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Yay. Okay, let's see here. Let me see if I have a little tool to work with braiding. Let me see. I thought, of course, I'm not prepared. I thought I got a tool. Oh, here it is. But probably I will not know how to use it. Let me just look at it quickly. It's this thing. I never ever used it, but I was thinking, why not? Give it a try on the live show. Hey, why not? I'm brave. It might not work, but I'm thinking about it anyway. We'll see. It's actually a jewelry tool because I'm not very good at making jewelry, and so I thought I would buy this to help me make jewelry, but if not, I know how to braid just using a paper and tape, and we can do it that way. Maybe do a little bit of braiding before we get into the cards. Let's see. See, this is actually a beading tool. You get these things and then you don't have the time to play with them because you're always trying to create for the next video or the next show. Oh, and I had ChatGPT make some jokes for us. I love jokes. All right. So I am thinking, okay, we only need like this top one. Let's see, so we'll go like this, so we can bring this up. And probably just that one. See this, we need something to hold our pieces. You can use a piece of paper and tape. But I'm just going to braid using 3 pieces. So I'm going to put this one in here. And I'm going to do a red one. You know, just make a braid. And then we're going to put this one over here. Okay, and then, where was that black one? Here. Let's do this one. My girlfriend didn't like, she wanted me to get the dark brown, but then I said, I can't paint over that dark brown, but I can paint over the white and gray. Okay. All right, so then I'm just going to tie this down. Oh, it does work. I thought I read somewhere that you could use this as a braiding. Okay. So then we want to take, you know, just like you would braid hair, right? If I can remember how to braid hair, it's been a long time. And I never had a little girl to braid hair with. So let's see if I can remember how to braid. Yeah, I was blessed with 2 little boy babies, but no girl babies. Okay, here we go. So I'm wondering, I think I'm going to make this shorter because it'll be easier to work with. And we don't really need it that long, right? So let's just cut this off. Okay, I'm going to try to get tighter on the top. And do this again with shorter, I think it's, see, then I'll have, all right. So braiding. Braiding. Okay, so I think you go top, top, this is, and then this goes over here, right? Okay, and then this goes here. And then this goes here, and then we go here. Now see, I don't think that's right either. Let's try, all right, let me think. All right, so we want to braid. So if we go 1, so if we do this over here, and then we do this one over here, and then I think this one goes on top. We'll get this, guys. We'll get this. Okay, yeah. So then this goes over on top, and then we go like this, and then we go like this. And then it still kind of looks weirdo, but maybe maybe as I get down here. Okay. Here we go. If it doesn't look like a braid, it's because Vicky doesn't remember how to braid. I will have to watch a sample of braiding. But you know what? It'll still be cute, I think, for the top of the tag, even if I can't get it into a braiding mode. Or maybe I am now. I think I finally figured it out. So the braids might be better in the middle, but it doesn't matter. We don't need that much. Here it is. It's coming back. It's coming back. Jersey, did you braid when you were smaller? Younger? A girl? I used to braid. I braid something when I was younger. I remember it anyway. I like floppy tabs as well, which we'll probably put some of those on too, and maybe I'll paint some of this on the cards. The cards look good plain as well. I think they're pretty cool looking. So here we go. Oh, you were the oldest of 5 girls and 3 boys. Wow, that's 8 kids. I was the oldest of 5 girls in. So was it so you had 8 kids in your family? Wow, that's a big number. I had 4 in my family, 2 boys and 2 girls. I'm the oldest and you're the youngest. Okay. So I think on this end, I don't know if it really looks like a braid, but I did braid it. Well, I still think it looks cool. We'll use it anyway. I'm just going to tie a knot here. And then I'll tie a knot on the other end. Oh, come on, come on, come on. My fingers have to be working correctly to tie a knot. Okay, so we want you to go in under there. There we go. Oh, you're going to tie a knot? Yep. Okay. And then, oh yeah, this is a quicker, little easier tool, but you can also bead on here. And, you know, you can make bracelets, although I don't want to make bracelets. I just want to make bead hanging for my junk journals. Okay, so I will tie a knot here. And I could weave some of this too. I do have a loom. I don't know if my loom, you know, it's for pot holders. I'm wondering if it would fit. If I could get this stuff to work, I have no idea. Okay, I just did one, but I could probably loom with this. Okay. Okay, well, it doesn't look exactly like braids, does it? But it is kind of a round, that's kind of how it turned out. But I think that's cool. We can use that. All right, so I'm going to put this over here. Get this out of the way. Get my keys out of the way. I'm just getting stuff out of the way here. Scissors out of the way. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm Jersey, I am going to read the first joke. I think. Okay. Why don't tea bag cards ever gossip? Why don't tea bag cards ever gossip? Because they're sealed tight and steeped in confidentiality. So that's my first joke. It's different than hair. That's true. That's true. Okay, so let me show you how I made these cards. I'm going to make one on screen. Uh, we will make this one from the beginning. This is an old piece of paper. Now, if you have old paper laying around, this is a great way to cover it with 2 tea bags like this, and it becomes very strong. Let's see, no, this is one. So these are, I added different backgrounds, but this particular background here is the same. Well, it is the same as this, but this is just a different piece. And then I used an old and a monkey. All right. So so the Hobbit houses are from my Hobbit kit that is in Ko-fi. And so when I did the Hobbitville 2-day live show, I created digitals, and those digitals are in my Ko-fi shop. And so I will so here's like Fox Loxy. This is a part. Oh no, this is Chicken Little. Chicken Little, Chicken Little, Chicken Little. The cat. These cats, those are from the Hobbit collection. And then we did animals. So I digitalized a lot of the animals because hobbits love animals as well as gardens. Here's the chickens and the horse. So that's all the Hobbit. And I think then we'll go into the cards that I made from the Chicken Little digital kit. That's in my Ko-fi shop. And we have Goosey Lucy and Henny Lucy. And then we have Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. And then I included a turtle and a monkey just so I don't know why. I just like turtles, and I kind of like monkeys too in a way. So I added them to the digital kit. Then there was Ducky Lucky, Ducky Lucky. And then if you remember the fox, Foxy Loxy, right? He's the one, trust me, I know a shortcut. I know the woods. Right this way, friends. You're safe with me. Foxy Loxy. Yeah. And of course, he wanted to eat everybody, right? He was hungry, but he didn't get to because remember at the end where Chicken Little, they're going to the king, and the king tells them, the sky isn't falling, and they believe the king. And so then they figured out the fox wanted to eat them, so they all scattered quickly and ran away from the fox. Anyway, that's my little Chicken Little digital kit. It's in my Ko-fi shop. All right. Now, since I was taking a relaxation, in which I am going to make a lilac wreath. Not lilac, lavender. I always get a lavender wreath. I do have some lavender cards that I made, just making me think of my trip to Carson. Yeah. And so a towel, lavender spray. And here's some more lavender in the tub. And yeah, lavender. These digitals are watercolor digitals, and you can get them on Etsy. They have tons of different watercolor digitals. I like digitals. Sometimes I do use digitals. And that's also a nice scenery looking out watercolor digital. So I went hunting around too for all my digitals because I have a lot that we fussy cut. I did not bring any crafts on this trip because it was short. It was only 2 nights and 3 days. I have taken stuff to do when I go on trips before, if they're at least 7 days long. I will do that. But most of the time, what I like to do is record and remember my trips. And so this is one way. The lavender will always, these particular things here will remind me of my trip in Carson. So it's a picture reminder of relaxation and soaking in those wonderful tubs of mineral water. All right, then I just, I checked all my digitals because I really wanted, this is a good way to get rid of your digitals that you have on hand. And so I had this one. I'm not really sure where I got this, but I had it in my stash. And so I just put this. So I don't know. We all have things that we cut out. And so we can put these on these cards. Here I had roses. I just added some tea dye gauze around the roses. And here I added a dance lady. I used music paper here, which actually was a Beatles song, which is this one, Honey Pie. Remember Honey Pie? I'm in love with you, but I'm lazy. Remember that? So I decided, and I had this flower. I've had this flower at least 4 years. And I thought, I need to get rid of it and put it on something. So that's what I did. And then this was a tea bag napkin of a lighthouse. I put that on there. Did I do any more music? I don't, well, this one's sort of music-y, but no, I don't think I did on the music paper. This, I had fussy cut this about 4 years ago. And I put a saying here, let your soul roar. Let your soul soar. Excuse me. I am thinking of my birthday. It's going to be August 10th, which is coming up. And so, us Leos, when I was in the ER having a test, we were like roaring like lions because there was a lot of Leos in there roaring like lions, and we were roar, roar. And then we were laughing. So, but this says, let your soul soar. So that's not a roar, but a soar. So your soul is soaring. I think this might be a fiddle of some sort. Okay, and what else? Oh, I found that I had these little angels. So this backing is the backing from an envelope that I had left over. A piece of envelope I just applied the tea bags to. And then I had this fish that I had fussy cut this about 3 years ago. And I really did it pretty good. And so on this particular fish, I did add some brown here just to make it blend a little more. I don't know, maybe this is a pucker fish, a pucker fish. So I got rid of that fish, right? There you go. And then I have a bunch of these. Let's see, who did I get these from? They're on Ko-fi. They're pretty popular. I can't remember, but she makes a lot of the Lord Bible sayings. So this one says, I will praise you, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will tell of all your marvelous works. And that's Psalms 9:1. I really like Psalms. Pretty. Here's another Psalms. This is 28:7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoices, and with my song I will praise him. So these, you can use these as well. And then I think the last ones I did here, I had these sticker things. They're actually book plates, but look how many I have, right? I have all these. And I got them for 99 cents at the thrift store. So this actually means kind of like a, ooh, that came off. Maybe I might have to add some glue on there. Let's do that. So El Libris, Libris, I think it might be French. It means like books, bookmark, books, just, reading books. So I made 2 of these. It looks like that didn't stick very well. Now this one I just put the flower on. That one stuck pretty good. And then I turned the words sideways. And this one, oh, this one I did put on music. So here it says, I'm in love, but I'm lazy. Remember that Beetle one? So I'm in love, but I'm lazy. So let's be lazy and read some books. So this would be kind of a cool bookmark. If you want to keep track of the books that you're reading, you can write them here. That's probably what I'm going to do. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. And here you can put other books that you're reading. So you have a record here of the books. Let's see. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. So that's a nice little book record. Okay, now I was working on this. I wanted to show you this. This is that tree and the frame that I had lost. And I just put it on, the envelope. And so I need to figure out what to do with it, but I think I'm going to paint and just maybe, you know, have it a little pocket in my journal. But these are the labels we made on one of the shows. And then this is a label. No, this is a, the tea bag came from when I made little tea bags and I put them on a washi tape. That's what. And I just cut that piece off. And then I put underneath it old paper. And then I added life, live life. And I added, so this particular one, I just need, now see, this is not going to match. See, this is where I may have to color these. But we'll see if we have one that'll match. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen one. I wasn't paying attention. Honey pie. We don't need one on that. Well, maybe, ooh, you know, I wonder if I just kind of want to like put these together to remind me of my soaking trip. Like I could do that. Let's see. There is a little bit, but you know what I would do if I do this? Let's see. I would have to put them all together. I could not. So I would hide my number. I don't know if I like that or not. Maybe. So I could put a little hole in this. Like right here. And then put in one of those things. And then just stick this in the journal all together. I could do that with that one. So I'm going to have to kind of think here. I made this, but it might not fit anything. No, this is our bookmark. I don't know if I did anything red. I may have to mix. Now, this one has some space. Wonder, would it be too thick if I do this and just staple it there? And then I would have to cut it off, or maybe just staple it there and just have that. That would look cute, huh? I might have to glue it because I'm not sure. It's pretty thick and a staple probably wouldn't go through it. No, I can add that one to that. That would be okay. Oh, I found one. I'm not sure. Oh gosh, these stickers aren't sticking. I don't want to mess up my honey pie. Honey pie, I'm in love with you, but I'm lazy. And I'm sure you think I'm crazy. So I added stickers, I added digital focal points, you know, that we cut up, and these I just had in my stash. And then I use focal points for the digital kits, which someday I will get to make, I hope, 2 different journals using those digital kits. I do want to do that. All right, so we found a place for this, and then we can hook these together. So I'm going to put those over there. And I think the rest we'll just keep as cards. All right, so first, this is what I do. you need your focal point. And then what I do is I measure it. So I think I'm going to move this over a little bit. And I don't really want this raggedy on the end. So all I'm going to do is cut it the best I can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just pleasing to the eye. So I think this one, so I have this one and this one. I have two homes that I could stick on there. But it does take a while for these to dry before you can put your focal point on. And I may have to cut this down a little bit more. Yeah, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah. So let's just, I want the card to be almost the size of the focal point so it doesn't look weird. So that's what I did. I sized up the paper to my focal point. And then I took my wonderful liquid fluid medium. You could use glue here, the half Elmer's glue and water, half water. You could use that too. So I think what I will do is start with the bottom one. And I've got my famous mat down here. Because my silicone mat, I don't have to worry about this stuff sticking. It'll just peel right off this mat, which is nice. It doesn't work well on my glass table like yesterday. Actually, what I made yesterday, my husband wants me to frame it. He says, that's beautiful. Now, I don't know if he's just saying that because he's my husband, or is he really loving it? Now, I don't have a sewing machine right now. Some of these I would like to sew. And hopefully when I do get my sewing machine, I'm looking for a part. I had another sewing machine, which is a fancier sewing machine, and it's just been in storage for a long time, and I couldn't find a part for it. But I think I might know where that part is, and I just haven't had time to do that. And then I got to remember how to use the sewing machine because it's been so many years. So then I've got to do that too. I didn't really order another cord for the other one. That Bruno chewed my cord to the sewing machine, right? Little stinker. You know, little puppies, they get into stuff. You can't always watch them. So what I did with these, I just took the scissors and cut these around here, and I left little edging. I left edging of the tea bag, see? So in case, I thought if you didn't sew, that would make it look pretty cute. If you sewed, you know, you can sew all around this. Sew around there. Maybe not because you got this one here. So you probably just sew around the edging on this one. All right, so so what I'm going to do here is just pick this up. See, and this needs to dry. And, you know, it'll take a while for it to dry. And then when it's dry, I have some pieces that are dry that we'll play with. This one I'll just get out of my view here, clean up my mess. Yeah, I cleaning up my fingers. I gotta put this on. I know I don't have any special bottles. I did at one point, and then they don't last though, because I don't know. I just haven't found a bottle that I like. I know some people. I haven't tried the ketchup bottles. Maybe I would like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would like that or not. Okay, so I'm just wiping that off. Oh, I put my blanket on the trash can. So I'll just stick that there. All right, and then I'm gonna kind of go like this. And we are going to use this. There, and then see the surface is just cleaned up well enough for me to use. There's still a little bit more glue on there, but I might have to do this twice, guys. But, you know, you need a clean surface to work with. I do for the rest of the stuff that I'm going to show you. Hi, Crafty Creation. I'm glad you made it. Oh, I made beautiful cards. That's what I was doing. They're cards to put into your... I'm going to make one now. I just made the base of it with the old paper and the 2 tea bags. And with gel medium, and I'm just cleaning up my mess. But I'll show you the next steps, and then you'll see. I just went in my stash and picked out all the fussy cut stuff that I had done. And because we always, you know, we always like sit and do fussy cutting, and then we keep it for years, right? Well, how do we use it? We don't. So I figured out that we can make cards for our journals. All right. So let me see. Here, I've got 2 to make here. So I picked out these 2 things. Oh, I've got this too to add. And the lavender. So one year I went to the Squim Lavender Festival, and that was like a 5-day trip. And so I did make little journals for lavender to keep track of the trip. And so these were left over in my stash. They're watercolor, and you can get them on Etsy. So this is very old paper, and with it covered in tea bags, oh my gosh, it is strong, it is gorgeous. Because sometimes that old paper, you know, can really rip easy. So that's what this is. I think this one's dated 1945. And so after I covered it and dried the tea bag, then I left a hem of tea bag around it. And then all I did, I just went like that with my scissors. And I do not have a sewing machine right now, but if you do have a sewing machine, you can also stitch some of these. And if I get my sewing machine fixed here pretty soon, I'll take some of these and sew them. And then I'm just gonna go like that. Roxy Creation, I don't know, this is where I learned it from. That doing the corners like that. See, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but it just looks good, doesn't it? All right, so which one was I going to do? Was I going to do this one here or this one here? I got to remember what I'm going to do. I think this goes here. Okay. So this one is a little bit big, but I think I left it bigger because I like the 1945 and the week on this particular old paper. So I'm probably, and I'm going to, I like the numbers. So I'm probably going to put this about here. And I do have a corner. Let's see what this looks like with the corner rounder. Sometimes, I think because I did those corners, maybe we should do these corners. I think I got these from an Etsy store. She actually sent these like this. Here's encourage one another and build each other up. Isn't that wonderful? So I'm going to put this on the other side of the card. I've had these for about 3 years, and I have a bunch of them. I bought the lady on Etsy. She just, I can't remember her name, but you could probably just type in, if you were interested, type in coffee something. I don't know. Something, and you might find her. If you're interested, I can do a little research and try to find who made these. All right, so I'm just going to do this. I push on my glue pretty heavy here on my silicone mat. I love it on a silicone mat because the glue is so easy to clean up. And I do not do, there we go. And I can move this around. There, my 1945 is showing, and the week, and some other numbers. I love numbers. Okay, then we're going to take this one. Now this one, I don't really see anything that I want to show. So I really don't. I'm just going to put this on. Do I want to match the other one? I could, kind of. Let's see, the best I could. And then I could put a corner something on here. I love this. Encourage one another and build each other up. That's a nice for crafting community. I'm kind of a mushy girl. I love stuff like this. I think we should say another joke, right? I'm going to start adding jokes because I love jokes. Okay, so here we go. I got to find my joke thing though. All right, let's see. Okay, what do you call a fancy tea bag card that thinks it's royalty? So this tea bag here, tea bag card, thinks it's royalty, has a wonderful saying on it. The Earl of Ephemera. The Earl of Ephemera, like Earl Tea is of ephemera. So that's kind of cool. I like that one. So I don't know why I like jokes, but I do. And so I think I'm going to start adding them to my show. Oh, Jersey, you need to get a printer at least. Save up your money to get a printer. Because crafters need printers. Okay, this one I already fussy cutted, and I don't need to. It's got white all around it. So I'm just going to glue it. Oop, gotta take up the top. I'm going to glue this one. I like jokes, I like poems, and I like really special words, special sayings. Just going to put that on there. Because I do, like with these, I am hoping I can make them like this to put in my journal. And the reason why I did these lavenders is because it reminds me of my wonderful Carson trip, which I may write on one of these. Oh, does this have the date? Let me see. Oh, it does, but it's not so... That says 1944. 1944. Let's see, 1942, World War II started. So this was after the war. I love old paper. See, and that's all. That's really all you need to do. And you have a really cool card, you know, for your journal. Okay, that's it. Very simple. I made a whole bunch of them. So these particular ones, let's see how we're going to do this. Let's see if we put maybe this one here, this one here, this one here. I like the butterfly. So I'm wondering if I can just make holes like right here, and then I can put a brad that will just turn these. Because these all remind me of my trip to Carson. Okay, so let me get a brad. I think I have one right up here in one of my boxes. Let's see, brads, where are you? I know I have you somewhere. Huh. Well, I may have to look. I don't see my brads up here. That is weird. Nope. Huh, they were in a little tiny... I think I stuck them over here. Well, alright. I don't know where my brads are. Where I thought they were, they're not there. But what I will do is prepare the holes. If I can even find my... Oh, it's over here. Oh, gosh. Okay, so I'm going to use this. And I think for the brad, I'm just going to use the small one. Let's see. Yeah. And I don't have to have them all equal. I mean, if I just say, I'm just going to make a little hole. If I can remember the order they're in. And I'm just going to put a brad in there, and then they can rotate. I do have a bunch of brads in a little box. I have no idea where they are now. Oh, I have an eBay notification on my phone. So that's it. Yeah. Oh, so we're going to put this over here. Well, I'm going to have to find my brads. I don't want to take time off the live show to find my brads. I'm kind of looking just in case they are somewhere around me, but I don't think they are. Well, they disappeared. I just found this. So what you would do is, let's see, what was my order? I think it was like this. Okay, and what you do is you just take a brad and put it through here. Now, if you had some jewelry, I guess you could do that too. That would be cute. I just don't have anything right by me, but see, these holes will just line up. There, they're lined up. And then with the brad, you'll be able to go like this. So the brad will have to wait, but I am going to put what I remember here. Let's see. I'm just going to put Carson Resort, R-E-S-O-R-T. So this is my little special memory of my mineral water baths resort. All right. Now, earlier we braided this from the Pendleton bag. And I'm going to have, I think what I'm going to do here is glue this on with some really tight glue. So I'm just going to do that. For some reason, I love this little bag. Wouldn't that be cute? Starting to get, I don't know if these will fit. Aha, they would fit. So like a tall one, I only made one tall one though. But I don't think this is an idea, but I don't think this will fit. I like the idea, but it's not going to work. Okay, let's see if the glue is ready. It is ready. I'm just going to... So this background here... Let's see, hopefully this glue, because this is pretty thick. Of course, I'm getting it all over. So the tea bag, the background paper here is just an envelope piece that I had, and then I cut out a whole bunch of these angel stamps. Let's hope that this will glue. It's pretty thick. Maybe instead of gluing, I should have put a big, but I have to do a big hole. And I'm just going to cut this off. And maybe we'll just add more glue here. Hopefully this will work. I'm not sure. Just gonna keep it on there. Okay. So these are other things, you want to keep your cards plain. So let me get the kit cards out because I have jokes for these. I have a joke. Now these are from my Chicken Little kit. These are from my Hobbit kit. Okay, I got jokes for those. So I want to end with that, I guess. Let's hope this. So you can decorate these. You can leave them plain. You can be brave and try something like this. I'm not going to put it, well, I could. See, it's too thick for a stapler. Oh, so I can just do this. That kind of goes good, doesn't it? Okay, well, let's do that. Where'd my glue go? Woohoo! I just had, oh, here it is. So you never know what you might make a tag out of. Yep, you never know. There it is, my tag on my wonderful angel. This is Pendleton strips that they sell at the Pendleton store only. And this particular one does match this. Now, I can dye these as well, and I might do that because I have so many. In the beginning, I show you the big bag of these strips from Pendleton. Yeah. Okay, and I have lots of them. I'm going to put a happy mail in my description of my YouTube page. It's a P.O. box, and it'll be in Mukilteo, Washington. And so people can mail me happy mail there. My husband said he would share this box with me. I told him I probably wouldn't have too much in it. But that's what I'm going to do. All right. So let's do the Chicken Little first. I love this digital kit. It's in my Ko-fi shop. And I do have a joke to go with it. Oop, oop, oop. Got to get my jokes here. I don't know why that comes up. Okay, my joke. So why did Chicken Little glue tea bags into her journal? Well, I think Chicken Little could be a girl. We can make her a girl. She said, if the sky does fall, I want it to land on something pretty. I love that. Why did Chicken Little glue tea bags into her journal? She said, if the sky does fall, I want it to land on something pretty. So, that is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys like my jokes or not, but I like them. I hope you guys like them. So that's Goosey Lucy, Henny Lucy, and we'll do Foxy last. Deucey Lucky, Ducky Lucky, excuse me. And then I added a turtle and a monkey just because I wanted to the kit. And then our Foxy Loxy, who wanted to eat everyone, right? Trust me, I know a shortcut. I know the woods. Right this way, friends. You're safe with me. Foxy Loxy. He had a great appetite. He wanted to eat everyone. But he lost at the end. All right. And then I have a Hobbit joke. So let me read my Hobbit joke. What's a hobbit's favorite way to start the day? With a steeped tea bag, a buttered scone, and no unexpected visitors. So they like to eat in peace. A buttered scone and some steeped tea. So I have 4 jokes this time around. Remember to give me a like on my comments. Just reminding, I see 1 like. Hi, Crafty Creation. I hope you're still there. All right, so this is in my Ko-fi shop, and it is the Hobbitville digital kit that I made when we were doing Hobbitville. And they love animals. They love their animals. And here's their pretty homes. They love to garden. They like to eat scones and drink their tea for their breakfast. All right, well, that's the end of today's show. I have nothing else to show. Any questions? All right, well, I am just going to say goodbye. And I hope you the best for this week coming. My next show is Tuesday at 6 p.m. Tuesday and Saturdays at 6 p.m. That's my schedule every week. And I'm going to start working off this list of flowers that I did receive. And so I'm going to do yellow roses and Gerber daisies as my for tea bag. But I think what we will do is not just do the flowers, but make a card with the flowers. I think we're gonna do that. So I'm excited. Hugs, Jersey. Sending love to you, and best wishes, and praying, dear Lord, for your good health, and save up that money to get a printer, because you really need a printer. You will really love a printer. And they're at Costco. I don't know if you have Costco in Houston or just Amazon. They're really not that expensive. You can get a nice inkjet printer for about 100 and maybe 150, somewhere between there. So save up that money. And love you guys. Best wishes. Sending love to the universe. See you next time. Bye-bye, Jersey. Bye-bye, Crafts Creation. Bye-bye.